my name is Corey and I will be the mediator for today. Today we are here to try and resolve an issue between all parties by using a facilitative mediation approach. In this method, this approach may be time-consuming, and it mainly focuses on providing alternatives and suggestions which will lead to a settlement between all parties. Today I will be leading all parties through the mediation approach with the ultimate goal to maintain and repair relationships while finding a resolution created and agreed upon by all parties. As mediator, I would like to describe the role of the mediator. A mediator is the holder of the process, who includes everyone in an impartial manner. Today we will have some guidelines. For myself, I would prefer if there were no yelling, no swearing, and if somebody is talking, I would please like you to respect that and allow them to speak. The process we will be going through will begin with each party allowing themselves to state their expectations and their issues and concerns which they are facing. After this, the main issue or issues will be prioritized, and from here we will explore them. Exploring these issues will be done by both parties giving concrete examples of these issues. From here, we will assess to see if there is any info that is similar between both parties. Following this, options will be put forward to all parties which could potentially resolve the issues, and we will see how both parties favor these. If successful, then we will create a binding plan in order for the solution to successfully occur. It is important to mention that mediation is a private ADR process, and there is complete confidentiality. Therefore, to be cliche, what happens in mediation stays in mediation. Now, after discussing what will take place during this mediation, I would just like to state that mediation is a completely voluntary process. Therefore, I would like to confirm that all parties still wish to partake in this process. Is that true?
Yes.
All right. So I would like to ask the bottom floor roommate to state their issues which they wish to resolve today.
Yeah, well, I'm just kind of, fed up with being pointed as the bad guy. I go to work Monday to Friday, and my downtime is the weekends. I understand that Zaina and Jess are students, but on the weekends, I have some complaints myself too. So I just, basically I feel like in a lot of ways I've been pointed as, the villain, and I'm really not. So,
And now I would like the two top floor roommates to talk. Whatever one of you would like to start talking first, whatever issues you have, that'd be great.
There are a few major issues that my landlord already is aware of, and we have tried warning Justin about this,
Right.
but nothing has been resolved.
Okay.
He basically just has parties every weekend and smokes weed outside, and it's just very disturbing when we're trying to study or do homework or, even get some sleep so that we can stay on top of our studies.
Thank you for stating those. And now I'd like the landlord to state their issues.
Okay, so I only rent the house because they can't afford the mortgage, so I really need three roommates in there in order to make the payments. I've been getting phone calls and emails and complaints from all three of them about different issues, and I just like this to get resolved. I can't afford for one or more of them to move out. So.
And now, Justin, you said you had some issues.
yeah, and I'm not I'm not the type of guy to, go and, tell the landlord every little detail. But yeah, I had some issues too. Like, it's been frustrating for me on the weekends because Zaina will wake up at like 5:30 in the morning, start vacuuming at 6, and I can hear it all the way downstairs, and that's my day off to sleep in. So it's like, it's frustrating for me. And she does this like every Sunday before she goes out and on a hike. Like it's at like 6:30 in the morning. It's just not realistic. And then just other issues is like with Jess. Like Jess has incense going in her room, which like all the time, burning in her room all the time, and it goes down the vent into my room. So I can smell incense all day. Maybe I don't like the flavor of the incense, right? So I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff too that I'm upset about that aren't being addressed either. I mean, I initially didn't complain about it, but now that everyone seems to paint me as the villain, then maybe I should start to speak up as well. So,
Yeah, thank you. Those are some really good concrete examples there. Thank you for sharing that. Now I'll move on to Zaina. You were saying that there were some issues there?
Yeah, well, it's my first time living on my own.
Right.
And, I'm pretty young still, so there's a lot of things that I'm worried about. And there's no lock on my door, so when Justin does have his parties, a few of his friends would come upstairs, and if I'm not at home, or even if I am in my room, they could just simply just walk in, and I'm just afraid of that. Also, if that was to happen, I do have like a lot of my valuables in my room that aren't locked up.
Okay.
So. Also, the music is very loud, that especially because I do have to go on hikes on Sunday early in the morning, and if he has his party Saturday night, it's really hard for me to wake up because I haven't had much sleep.
All right. Is there any other information you'd like to state there?
Not at this time.
All right, thank you for those examples. Those are really good. And now we'll move on to Jess.
Yeah, so the same sort of thing. He's really loud on weekends, and especially if it's a Sunday night, like we have class the next day, and having valuables and stuff in our room is a concern, as well as having all these like strangers around. Like, we don't know them. We don't know if they're going to get violent or anything like that. A bunch of drunken guys out at night, so that's definitely concerning. I mean, I don't want to see anyone evicted, like Lauren was saying, or leaving, because I think that we can all figure this out. So that as long as we can come to an agreement that we should all be able to be happy and stay where we are.
All right, yeah, thank you for that really honest opinion there. Now we'll move on to the landlord, and could you clarify some specific issues you may have presenting this?
I don't necessarily mind people having parties as long as the house isn't damaged, but they all seem to be conflicting about what is appropriate time to have parties, how late, how loud is too loud.
Okay.
Vacuuming versus having a party. I don't know which one was more annoying and whatever. I just like to be able to work it out. I don't like to be the one in the middle trying to resolve the issues. So I'd like if there was an agreement between the three of them. Didn't necessarily.
Okay, yeah, that's really fair. All right. So now I would just like to clarify some information. So Justin, you were saying that one of the roommates here was vacuuming very early in the morning.
yeah.
What morning was that on?
Yeah, it's like, honestly, it's like every Sunday at 6 in the morning. And, not only that, but like Zaina has basically threatened to the landlord that, she's going to move, she's going to give her notice, which puts pressure on the landlord, on me, because, then I'm getting all these phone calls in the morning. It looks like I'm the problem, when in fact, I'm not the problem here. Like, there's a whole bunch of issues, conflicting issues with, the fact that they're students and I'm working. Like, it's not that I'm doing anything wrong. It's just we have different lifestyles.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, like the main thing that bothers me is, the vacuuming at 6 in the morning every Sunday.
Okay. And they were saying that you have some parties.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't even call it parties. Like, it's more like, I'll have like a couple of guys from my work come over, watch the hockey game, have some pre-drinks, and then we go downtown. And yeah, like after we go downtown, we come back and we just like listen to music and hang out at the house. We don't damage the house. We don't like So I don't really understand why that's a problem. And I mean, I pay rent, so you know, it is also my suite as well.
And what time would you kind of estimate what time you usually head downtown around?
Well, I mean, you know, usually probably around like 10:30 p.m. We head downtown and we watch, like on Saturday nights, we like to watch Hockey Night in Canada, and the first game usually starts at 4, but they don't come over till 7. So yeah, from like 7 till 10, we basically have drinks and then we go out. We're not even at the house, so I don't understand what the issue is.
All right, that's perfect there. That definitely clarified some issues. And now, Zena, you were saying that there's no lock.
Yeah, there's no lock on my room.
It's on specifically your room?
Well, even like for the door to go upstairs from the basement, they're, you know, you can just walk in anytime.
Okay.
Also, I'm a very clean person, so I do have to vacuum every Sunday because he has such big parties that they all come upstairs. So I always have to vacuum because they walk in with their shoes on and it's all dirty and windy.
So they're specifically coming upstairs into your area?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time are they coming upstairs at? He said he does usually have a bit of a pre-party. I believe you said it was before 10 o'clock at night, where they're watching the hockey game.
I mean, I don't have an issue with Justin coming up because he doesn't come up as often, but his friends just come up here and there whenever they feel like it.
Okay, so
They'll be coming in the middle of the night.
okay, even after 10 o'clock at night, per se.
I think sometimes they come back around 2, 3, and then
Okay.
that's when they come up again.
All right. All right, and now thank you for that. We'll move on to Jess and as well. So is there a lock on your bedroom by chance? No. And I was also going to ask both of you, when he comes back, and he said he played some music after he comes back from the bar, I believe he said around 2 o'clock in the morning-ish. How loud would you describe this music?
Loud enough to disturb me.
Okay, that's great. All right, and you said you had early classes on Monday, or you have classes on Monday for school?
Yeah.
All right. And is this music and is partying disturbing you?
On Sunday nights, yeah. Like Fridays and Saturdays, I can kind of understand because it's the weekend and it's his weekend to relax. But Sunday nights, I prefer he doesn't have parties.
Okay. And now to the landlord. You said you don't mind the parties.
No, they'll put down a damage deposit, so if there's any damage to the house, they have to pay for it, but so far I don't think there has been any sort of necessarily mind. But they obviously, the roommates themselves seem to mind about the parties, so that needs to be something they need to work out.
Okay.
In terms of the lock thing, I've never had a problem before when I've rented it with someone from downstairs coming upstairs, but I'd be willing to put a lock
Okay.
on the downstairs to stop people coming up. That was still a problem.
That's perfect. All right, so now after asking you and clarifying information, it seems as though there's definitely some issues that need to be prioritized. For one, Justin is partying on Sunday nights, which ends up being really early into the morning, around 2 o'clock or so. And this is disturbing both Jessica and Zena, the upper roommates. Justin has also stated that, I believe it is on Sunday mornings, Zena will vacuum very early, and that is disturbing him. And as well, Jess quite frequently will burn incense, and that will travel into Justin's room, and that disturbs him as well. And then more towards the landlord, per se, these two upper roommates have stated that Justin's friends, and sometimes even Justin, will come up into their area of the house, and this is because they do not have a lock. All right. Let's repause it. All right, so now I would like to ask all the parties how they would wish to resolve these issues. And if we could, I will start with you, Justin, if that is okay.
All right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, originally I didn't really make any formal complaints, but the big thing for me is I want there to be some type of regulation on the laundry because I'm not able to get any laundry done, and the girls will like use the washers sometimes for like one shirt, and it's just frustrating for me. So the laundry is a big one. Also, the vacuuming at 6 in the morning on Sundays, like that's my day off, and I would like to sleep in the vacuum. It's just too loud. The incense, if maybe like they don't have to always be burning like a constant smell of incense, is kind of unreasonable to me. But I'm willing to have incense in the house, just not all the time.
Is there any specific like smells or any of the incense that bug you preferably, or?
No, it's just more like it's just constant, and I just kind of want to not be as constant because I don't really care about the smells.
All right. Can we just go back to the vacuuming?
Yeah, so like vacuuming, obviously, I understand that the house has to be vacuumed, but 6 in the morning on a Sunday when I'm trying to sleep in is not, it's just not fair.
All right. Perfect. That just clarified that there. And now I'm just going to move on to Zaina. How would you like to resolve these issues?
At this time, I don't think we can resolve these issues. The music is still very loud. There's parties every night on the weekend.
Okay.
And like I said before, Sundays I do go on hikes. So to have a party on Saturday night is not fair to me.
Okay.
The weekdays I'm fine because he goes to work and there's no conflict at that time. But the weekends are just it's too much for me. So if he doesn't get evicted, then I'm going to give him my notice, and I'm just going to have to move out.
All right. So you want an eviction. All right. Thank you for clarifying that. And now I'll go on to Jess. How would you like to resolve these issues?
I think that having a lock on the downstairs door so that only Justin can come up, not his friends, would make me feel more secure.
Okay.
And also he could maybe reduce partying to just 1 or 2 nights a week and let us know when he's going to have a party, then that's considerate to me, and we'd probably work something out that way.
And you said you wanted him to inform you if
The
he was
parties,
parties. Is there any ideas how you could possibly do that? Maybe.
Like call or text as our numbers.
Thank you for clarifying that. And to the landlord now, is there any resolutions you can think of to resolve these issues?
I don't really want to evict anyone. I definitely don't want to leave. I need to rent the house and also pay the mortgage, so I'd like this to be resolved for them to be able to live together. I don't have any problem putting a lock on the door if that's what needs to happen.
Okay. And you said you for sure do not want anybody to be evicted.
No.
All right, so we're all on a level ground here. The landlord said she is willing to put a lock on the bottom door, and she said she does not want anyone to be evicted. Over to Justin, he said he wishes that there should be a regulation on laundry. For the vacuuming issue, he wishes it not to happen on 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday because that is his day off. And he wishes that the incense that Jess burns are to not be as constant. He doesn't mind the smells as much, he just wished they didn't happen all the time. And now for Zaina, she wishes that the parties didn't take place on Saturdays, and she wants, Justin to be evicted. And Jess particularly wants a lock, and she wishes that the parties would only take place once or twice a week, and if they are to happen, for Justin to call or possibly text both of them just to let them know that they're going to occur. All right, and with your permission, I would like to move over to the closing section of the mediation. In this area of the mediation, we'd like to generate and develop options. For the one major issue that was presented of incense, Justin did say he wished they wouldn't they weren't constantly happening. Is there any solution you could see there, Jess, by chance?
I can reduce it to a couple of times a week.
Okay.
It's fine.
Does that work for you, Jess?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
And now there's also the issue which Justin brought up, and he suggested that there should be a laundry schedule. He was stating that it seemed as though you guys were possibly unfairly using the laundry machine. He wasn't able to use it. Is there some type of schedule we could possibly come together and think of? Per se, maybe, I don't know, 3 days of a week, Justin will be able to use the laundry machine, and then you guys will be able to use it 4 times, and then maybe we can switch it so the next week you guys use it 3 times and we can use it 4 times.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, during the week, all day I'm at work, so, you know, like, potentially they have 5 days, like, during the week, during the day, like, from, you know, 8 to 4 that they can use the laundry wheeling.
Right.
So I personally would appreciate if the weekends, the washer and dryer could be fine.
Okay.
For the weekends.
Do you guys have any complaints towards that at all? Or?
That's pretty reasonable.
Okay. And he was saying your schedule was 8 to 4, was it, or 8 to 5?
Yeah, typically 8 to 4 unless we're working, you know, overtime, like on a big job. But yeah, typically, you know, 8 to 4, Monday to Friday, the laundry's all theirs. And if, you know, if there are evenings during the week where they need to use it, that's not an issue. It's just the main thing for me is I do a lot of my laundry and stuff on Saturdays and Sundays, and, you know, that's when I've been having problems.
Okay, and if they were to want to use the laundry machine on the weekends, is there a possible way that they could just confront you, and would that probably be okay?
Yeah, if they texted me or whatever, just said, hey, you know, like, is it alright if I put some, you know, shirts in the wash or
Okay.
whatever, it's fine with me.
Alright. So I'll just put it. And now to the issue of parties. Jess and Zaina have both stated that they would like you to ask them if you're allowed to have parties, or if possible if you could notify them that you're going to have a party. Would that be possible in any way?
Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, I think if I could text them the day before or whatever, just say, hey, I'm having some guys over to watch the game and have drinks, and then we're gonna go out and stuff. And, you know, yeah, I can do that. It's not a problem.
And they also stated there is a major issue of you having parties on Sunday nights because they are going to school on Monday morning. It's disrupting their pattern.
Yeah, no, I realize, and like I know exactly what they're talking about because it happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago. There was a holiday, so I had people over that night. It's not a typical thing that happens, but yeah, I'll definitely not do that. And if there is another holiday that comes up, I will ask them before. I'll text them and ask instead of telling.
All right. So would you say it would be ideal for you, or possibly fair, to have a party maybe once or twice a week? And if you are to have them, to notify Jess and Zaina?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll text them.
And with Jess and Zaina, do you find that's fair as well?
Yep. I'm still debating on that.
Okay.
Because I feel like he still will just have his parties. Even if he informs us, it's just another party, another weekend.
Great. Is there any part of the party that is really concerning you still at all? Or?
It's just the loud music. I don't mind him if he has his friends over and it's just really loud.
Okay. On that matter, we could probably find a solution there. You were saying that you were getting back home usually around the early mornings.
Yeah.
Is there possible we could have a curfew for loud noise, possibly maybe say past 12 o'clock, not to have music on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess, like, you know, instead of having my buddies come back to the house after the bar, like, you know, maybe I could cut that out altogether and just have, you know, a girlfriend come back with me instead of a crew of friends.
And then try to keep that down to a minimum.
Yeah, and I definitely won't. Like, yeah, I can stop having music playing loudly.
Okay. Does that sound fair to you there, Zena?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Okay.
I just want to add that, like, I'm willing to do that, but, you know, I do want the vacuum issue to be addressed with Zena.
That was actually the next thing I was going to address there.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay. So you were saying that on Sunday mornings, was it, that is your day off?
Yeah, like Sunday afternoon, I like to just kind of kick back at home and sleep in and relax.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, usually Zena will have a regular routine to vacuum.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like every Sunday, it's just like.
And that's clearly interrupting your sleeping pattern there.
Yeah, it messes me up for Monday because, you know, like, I don't know, I just don't feel as rejuvenated as I would if I get to sleep in on a Sunday. It's just something I like to do. Like, I work hard all week, and, you know, I just want to be able to sleep in on a Sunday. Like,
okay. I'm just going to move over to Zena now. Is there any possible solution to this? Like, could we maybe move vacuuming towards another time of the day?
Yeah, like I think I'm off on Tuesdays.
Okay.
So what I can do is maybe vacuum once he leaves for work on Tuesday morning.
Okay. So on Tuesday. Does that sound fair to you there, Justin?
yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm at work, so that works out perfect.
All right, that's perfect. And now just to the final issue here. To the landlord, Jess and Zena have said that when Justin does have his party, some of the friends possibly at some occasions were coming upstairs, and this was largely due because there's no lock on the door between the two levels. Is there a possible way that we could purchase a lock and maybe put on this door?
Yeah, I can put a lock on there, just have full keys, just you guys, we have keys, that way his friends can come upstairs, you guys can go safe.
And 4 keys that way so everybody has access to open it?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so now that we have gone through all the issues here, so we have solved the issue of the lock, which means that nobody will be able to go up into Jess and Zena's area anymore. Everybody will be given 1 key. That way, if in case of emergency or if anybody needs to go up, they can unlock it. For the issue of vacuuming, Zena has stated that she will vacuum on Tuesday mornings, and this will be positive because Justin will be at work, so there will not disrupt his sleeping pattern. Justin has agreed to to have parties only once or twice a week. And when he does have them, he will inform both Jess and Zena. And when he does come back later at night from the bar, he has stated that he will not have any friends over and he will not have any music. He may occasionally have a girlfriend, but he said that will not be a problem at all. And Justin, Zaina, and Jess have agreed to a laundry schedule. I believe we stated that every other week, for say the first week, Justin will be able to use Justin will be able to use the laundry machine on weekends, and Jess and Zaina will be able to use it on weekdays. However, if Jess and Zaina do want to use it on weekends, they will have to notify Justin. And finally, to the incense. Justin has said that it doesn't bother him too much. It's just pretty consistent. And Jess has agreed that she'll just do it a few times a week. Do all those solutions sound fair to all the parties here?
Yes.
Now, this will be a binding agreement, so I will just get all four of you to sign. First over to the landlord. You can read over the facts again if you wish. All right, so that is perfect there. That concludes our mediation process, and I hopefully hope all these issues are resolved. And I would like to thank you for coming in today. Is there anything else I can help you guys with? Or? Thanks.